Alright, so now we will work on create ad functionality, where user will be able to upload the information about the product he wants to sell, and it will be a protected route. Only authenticated user will be able to upload the ad. So in components, let's create a file, private route, and we will bring context. So use context, and from our context file we will bring auth context, and here we will destructure user from context. Okay, so here we will check for the user. If not user, if user is not authenticated and he is trying to visit a protected route, then we will redirect the user to login page. So let's bring from React router DOM, navigate, and one more thing, outlet. Now it's not use navigate, it's navigate. Use navigate will not work in this file, and I will explain it. So first let's return if user is not authenticated, then navigate to and the path /auth/login. If user is authenticated, then we will return outlet. So if user is not authenticated, redirect to login. Otherwise, he will be able to visit the protected route. This outlet renders the child route element if there is one. So now let's create a route and make it protected. Here I'll create cell, and in app.js I'll bring both a private route and cell. Import private route from components private route. Import cell from pages cell. And now we need to open this route, and it will not be self-closing tag this time, because we will wrap the protected route, which will be here, with private route element, private route, and the actual route will be route path, let's say /cell, and element will be cell. So here this private route is not an actual route, it's a wrapper to the route. Whenever someone makes request to this path, the request will first go to this private route, and it will check if a user is authenticated or not. If not authenticated, then he will be redirected to login screen. Otherwise, user will be able to visit the route. And that's why usehook doesn't work in this file, because it's not an actual route, it's a wrapper to the route. Here you can see it's a wrapper, but there is no path property here. So let's log out. Now try to visit cell. So I am redirected to login, and if I log in, and now let's visit cell. Now the request is processed, and I am in the and I can visit this link. Okay, so in navbar let's add this. Route will be cell. Alright. So in the next lesson we will start working on this cell route. Now we will work on this cell route so that seller will be able to upload the information of the product he would like to sell. So in here pages cell, let's create a form here. And I will give it some classes. Form, which is our custom class, shadow, rounded, padding 3, and margin top 5. Then an h3 for heading, h3 dot text center, and margin bottom 3. Create and add. So div with margin bottom 3, also text center, and I will place here the icon for uploading the image. Label for image, and let's get the icon. So upload, let's use the same one. And it will be from React icons /fa. Size, let's try with 30. Upload image. Okay, so now let's make it a button. So div with class btn, btn secondary, and btn small. Alright. And here input type file with display none. ID will be image. Accept image. And also let's add multiple so that user will be able to upload multiple images. Next, product title. So margin bottom 3. Label. Title and input field with class form control. Name attribute title. Okay, so this form will have title, price, category, and location, contact, and description, as well as image fields. Category and location will be drop down. So let's create some const categories. Vehicle, property, and let's say electronics. Also let's add locations. So I'll add city names: Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad. So div with margin bottom 3, and here select with class form dash select, which is a bootstrap class. Name attribute will be category. And option, first of all it will be blank. Select category, and now we will loop through this array of categories. So categories dot map category, option, value will be category as well as key will be category because it will be unique, and finally the label also category. Next, price field. So let's copy this title field and it will be price, input type number, and name attribute price. Alright, after that let's add location. So again it will be drop down. So name attribute location, select location, and we will loop over location array. Then let's add contact. Type will be text and name attribute contact. And then description. So label, class will be class name, form dash label, description, and it will be text area. Name attribute description. Let's leave it call 30 and rows 3. Also class name form control. And now we need a button to submit. So margin bottom 3. Also text center. Button, and classes will be btn, btn secondary, and btn sm. Create. Now let's take a look. So this is how form looks like. Alright, I think it's fine. Let's create the state here. So use state, const values, set values. So we will have images, which will be an array, but empty for now. Then title, category, price, location, contact, description. Let's add 2 more, error and loading. Which will be initially false. Now I will destructure the values. Images, title, category, price, location, contact, description, error and loading from values. Okay, now let's bind the values to input field. Title, value will be title, and on change we will create a function handle change. Alright, next category, we only need on change function here, and then price, value will be price. For location, again only on change. Contact, value will be contact and description. And for image, let's directly capture the value here. So on change, set values, spread out existing values, and images, it will be e.target.files, which can be multiple files. Now let's create the onChange function. Handle change. Set values, spread out all values, and then grab the value by name attribute. And then on submit, we will create a function handle submit. Const handle submit, asynchronous function, prevent the default form behavior, e.prevent default. So let's reset the state here, reset the error and loading to true. Set values, error, empty string, and loading true because we are about to make a request. Now I'll open a try catch block. So we need to loop through this images array and upload files to the Firebase storage one by one. Loop through images. Then we will add data into Firestore. So here first check if images.length is greater than 0. If images.length, then let's create an array. And now I will use for of loop to loop through this images array. So for let image of images, and now we will create the image reference, then upload to Firebase storage. So let's bring ref from Firebase storage. We need ref download URL, get download URL, and upload bytes. We will also need a storage reference from Firebase config file. Storage. So const image ref storage, and then the path where we would like to store. So I'll store it in ads directory, and then in timestamp date.now. After that image name, image.name. So now we will upload const result equals to await upload byte image ref and image. Now we'll get the file URL, await, get download URL, ref storage, and then result.ref.full path. And now we will push the file URL and file path to this image array. Images.push URL, it will be file URL, and path result.ref.full path. Now we will add the data in Firestore. So let's bring add doc from Firebase Firestore. We will also need collection, and from Firebase config file we need db. So await add doc. This take collection reference. So collection. This collection takes Firestore instance db, then collection name. Let's call it add, and then the data. So images, title, category, price, location, contact, description. Are these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Alright. I will also add a few more properties. Is sold, which will be a boolean, and at first it will be false. And seller will be able to mark the product as sold. Published at. So let's import timestamp. Timestamp dot from date, new date. And one more thing, seller ID. So posted by, and it will be the ID of currently logged in user. So let's get auth from Firebase config file, and posted by will be auth.current-user.uid. So once it's done, let's reset the state. Set values, images, title, category, price, location, contact, and then description. And we also need to set loading to false. And in case of error, set values. Error will be error.message, and loading false. Okay, let's navigate to home page. So const navigate equals to use navigate hook. Navigate to slash. This navigate also accepts options. State replace. So if you set replace to true, it will remove the history. So for example, it will be useful in case of login or register route, where once user is registered or login, user shouldn't be able to go back because there is no point, they are logged in. So let's add replace to register and login. Replace true, and same for register. Okay, so I think it's done. Let's try uploading a product. Okay, so let's first disable the this create button when it's loading. Also, I think there is some other problem. Okay, here we need to check this. Though images are required, but we will check if images.length is greater than 0, otherwise empty array. And one more thing, we are not displaying error anywhere, so let's do that. Error. So classes will be text center and text danger. Wait a minute, what I did? No, it should be this images. Images, it's not defined. Yeah, we need to create this function outside of this images.length loop. Okay, so now let's give it a try. Category vehicle, location, and then now let's create. Okay, we are redirected to home page. So in file store, this is the ads collection, and this is the unique ID generated by add-doc function. And these are the values. Images is an array. We have only uploaded one image, so it's at 0 index, and the remaining fields. And now let's check storage. So ads directory, and here is the file. I hope this was not confusing. Uh, we are assigning this images array to this field, which is our state.